Let's talk about our most memorable scenes. I wouldn't really say my favorite, but definitely most memorable. Starting with
What if that's your favorite scene?
yeah, one of our favorite scenes.
No.
And just to give you a clue, this is something Tarantino would do. Do you guys have an idea? There's a scene where Asia is sleeping in bed, right? And this guy just creeps up to her and like licks her toe, and it was so funny for me. In fact, a bunch of other people in the cinema are like giggling, and they're like, "Oh my gosh," you know,
Yeah.
she's like sleeping.
Because only we had we had a video that sort of talked about that. So it was just what is it? Serendipity. If you
Talk
count that
about
as
foot
serendipity.
fetish, it's
Yes.
just so crazy.
Because we were all thinking it, but we didn't expect it to actually happen. So that was
What's our
that's funny.
second memorable scene in the movie?
This one was because we know that Tom Felton, aka Malfoy, was in the movie.
Right.
But when he appeared, like he was killed, he was like beheaded, and I thought, okay, that's it. He just had a cameo, like that. I did not know that there was actually any supernatural things happening in the movie. So when he came back, holding his head and putting it back on, it's like, oh, thank God he wasn't like a cameo. Thank goodness he had more stuff to do. So I was very glad that the trailer did not spoil that.
I really did think it was a cameo. I thought they just wanted to put Tom Felton there just for a bit, just as a come on for like people who actually like him. But you're right. Everybody did resurrect. In fact, every single person who died in that room in the first scene, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought they were just all dead, and then like, oh, such a waste. And good that it wasn't.
It's very gory and disgusting, honestly. But the thing is, we all know it's not realistic because the blood just didn't squirt the right way. I don't know if you got the same idea.
I don't know. Does blood really go?
Because it's comical. It's comical. Tom Felton's head was slashed off, and the way the blood was squirting out was just not squirting out the right way. I just don't think that's how it would squirt out.
Yeah, and if it wasn't realistic, that's fine because this movie is just like black comedy and whatever.
Yeah, they actually inserted bits of like comedic stuff there. Going to our third memorable scene.
This one is a whole sequence. This is the vent crawling scenes.
Right.
Scenes where they actually built, I feel like, the set so that the camera could follow all the side cuts and things.
Right.
It was actually a lot. It was like so many. It was like they made a whole production of it, just crawling around, going up, going through. I felt there was a good cinematography that they did this just for a horror gore throwaway. Okay, not a throwaway, but like it had some merit from cinematography wise.
I thought the vent scene took some of the horror away from the film because it was funny seeing them crawl in all fours. And when I saw Tom Felton just like crawling around,
Yeah, like he went in one direction and went the other way. Like that's a low brow humor, but I still laugh.
but that's probably a bias for me because every time I see Tom Felton, I just imagine Draco Malfoy like crawling around. And Draco Malfoy is a lovable character for me, even if I know he's bagging Harry Potter. Don't need you to really bring that in, but.
The next part of which came first? Okay, part of the comedy part was when they blew off the head of the lady, and then like she's crawling around headless.
We should start with the part after.
This would be like the eyeball of the lady, because
That was so ridiculous. If you guys can recall, Asia blew up the head of the lady, and an eyeball just followed them all the way to like the vents. And
it was cute. People were laughing when it was like rolling around.
it was funny, but it was also so ridiculous. And like, how was the eyeball even able to sling itself up into the vent? That was
It was
so
elastic.
crazy.
It was bouncy.
Disgusting as well, yeah. It was almost like a gummy bear, just like, ugh.
Oh, yeah, and they even squished it later.
Later on, yeah, of course, the eyeball was squished. Obviously, that was pretty memorable.
The part before that, what was also memorable, was when they looked down at the vent and they saw like censored naked people. Actually, it was not censored. It just they flashed it really fast. So,
yeah, like a sex farm, and there was like a lot of moaning, and
Yeah.
it's funny. Yeah.
They didn't even need to put that in the movie at all.
No,
it's
not
like just
at
a
all.
side thing that they did.
Yeah, absolutely.
I felt like they could have done something because
Right.
the guy there explained that every floor has. Wait, is it every floor or like how many floors were there?
I think in a very somewhere in the conversation, he was like, yeah, every floor has like a
The
theme.
Seven Deadly Sins thing.
He didn't really say that. He just said that people had to entertain
Did I
themselves
imagine
somehow.
it? Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe if you guys watched it recently, you can say, did he really say there were 7 floors of Seven Deadly Sins, or that's just me thinking about the fornication floor?
No, they didn't. He didn't say that. I think it was just there was an implication that every floor had something specific, but it wasn't necessarily entertainment
Okay.
or a Seven Deadly Sin. I don't think so.
Right.
The very last scene we're going to talk about is the finale of the movie, where Asia is battling with the pig that was attached to the head of the secretary or the front lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's she's basically in a body. Like he's doing like kung fu stuff with a pig head. Yeah, and in my head I was going like, you can't win against a demon. Demons are great fighters, and like in Asia, the main character is just like a prison street fighter.
Well,
But she was winning. What?
if you already got to that point of the movie, you already figured that Asia is a war machine. She's practically unbeatable and can just hack and slash her way through anything. I couldn't take this scene too seriously because for some reason, when we got to that scene, it started feeling like a video game. It seemed
Oh
like
yeah, I got that feel too.
it seemed like the end of like a Resident Evil game to me. It's like, oh my gosh, this is the last experiment that he has to like eliminate. It was like a zombie film or something like that. It's fun though.
Yeah, overall the movie was fun if you're into like
Yeah.
the over the top violence and gore.
It wasn't scary. It was just gross. A lot of like squirting and just exploding body parts. It just
The starting did start with some tense moments. Then after that, you just like you just have fun with it.
yeah. The movie was quite emotional in the beginning when they were still building the character of Asia, where of course she got separated from her sister, who she was trying to save in this building called Virgil.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
All right.
All right. I mean, that's all we have right now. Those are our memorable scenes. If you guys have not seen this film, then obviously you guys have been spoiled.
We should have said that at the start.
Yeah, and I would recommend watching this film. It has a good Kill Bill vibe to it. I think that there aren't many films that have been released of this genre the past year or this year, so it's something different at least.
I'd say.
Yeah.
Okay.